IPW Crysis, everybody! It's episode 3, and we're here. Newcastle!
Yep.
You've gone somewhere different.
We've gone somewhere different all week.
Well,
You're
no,
the only one who's repeated.
I sold out Birmingham twice.
I've sold out everywhere.
Yeah, true. Okay.
There are no empty seats. Look.
Our opening contest for IPW Crysis has got the Rated R superstar, Edge, and he's teaming back up with Christian.
Yep. Hoping to get a win over this week.
You reckon they've resolved their issues?
Hopefully.
I mean, Edge looked pissed at Christian last week. But if he's prepared to give him another shot,
Yeah.
they've probably worked it all out. So we're going to have Edge and Christian taking on the PWHW Tag Team Champions,
Yep.
the Young Bucks. Let's get into this one. Here comes Captain Charisma himself. He looks
confident.
in a better mood. I think that he's realised that he and Edge back on the same page, I would say.
We hope so.
And they're going to need to be if they're taking on the Young Bucks.
I mean, I'm sure they'll be looking to get a win over the champs to put themselves in line.
Oh yeah, if they pick up a win over the tag team champions, Young Bucks of Bullet Club, then they're definitely in line for a shot at those tag team championships.
And here they come.
Nick's looking very tassely.
He is.
Matt, did Matt forget his tassels? I mean, what's happened there?
Looks like he's got a different jacket.
Ooh, that's awkward. Someone's getting fired.
Yeah.
But they're not going to allow that to intervene. Young Bucks coming out here. PWHW Tag Team Championships. Look at the gold. The glorious, glorious gold. Well, let's get into this one, shall we? It's the Young Bucks versus Edge and Christian. Edge going to start this one out against Matt Jackson. Edge going in. There's a shot and one to the back. Oh, and Nick immediately throwing kicks. Or Matt, my apologies. I get so confused.
Really? You get confused by the two of them?
I mean, they're the Jackson brothers. You know, like Edge and Christian used to be brothers.
Yeah.
But then they were brothers and then they were best friends. You know, because stories are always different. Edge now gets him up. Gutbuster. Looking to dominate Matt Jackson in this early part of the matchup if he can. Going to try and force him into the corner. But no, Matt fights back with a wheel kick. The champs, you would have to assume the champs are going to be favourites in this one. I mean, they were on the losing end in the first episode of Crysis.
They were.
When Matt got knocked out by Shinsuke Nakamura in that 6-man tag team contest. Thankfully, this one, though, just a 2-on-2 affair, and that's what the Bucks are good at. Edge now, regaining control. Showing off to the crowd with one of his 5-second poses. He now comes off the ropes. Oh! Mid-air collision between them. Edge just coming off better for that then. Matt looked to throw a super kick. Now Edge gaining control of Matt Jackson. He looks to take him into the corner. He tags in Christian. Christian took the pin last week in a match.
Ooh. When
Edge and Christian faced the Revival. Saw some dissension in the ranks there, but I think they're back on the same page. Look at Christian. Begging Matt to get up if he can. Matt's back up. Little groggy, though. Christian coming in. Oh, no. Went for a right. Matt now gains control. Matt with a beautiful kick. Matt Jackson.
Matt looking to try and get a tag now.
Yeah, Matt's taking a lot of punishment. Thankfully gets the tag. In comes Nick. Oh, what are we going to see here? Nick.
More bang for your buck.
Rolling senton. 450. And a moonsault. Beautifully completed by the Young Bucks there. Getting Christian down. And Christian kicks out at 1. Christian fairly fresh in this contest. But the move quite devastating. Christian looking to fight though. Gets Nick over, and there's an elbow to Nick Jackson. And he goes back and tags in the Rated R superstar, Edge. Oh, Edge coming in. Enziguri by Nick Jackson, who popped up. Representing the Elite here with their Elite gear this evening. Edge coming in. There's a forearm shot to Nick. Nick's now in the ropes.
Oh.
Takes him over, though. Nick Jackson, shot. Oh, what are we going to see here from Nick? Oh, Hangman's DDT by Nick Jackson. He's slowly building momentum here. He sends Edge over the ropes. There's a shot to the midsection. And a bit of too sweet. So what would it do for the tag team champions here this evening if they were to lose to Edge and Christian, bearing in mind they lost last week? As the referee getting involved between these two.
I guess it would mean... It probably wouldn't mean that much. I think Nick and Matt just want to get an extra win after what happened a few weeks ago.
I mean, Matt especially getting knocked out by a forearm from Shinsuke Nakamura. They're now both of them gaining momentum over Edge and Christian here. Edge probably going to want to look to make a tag if he can. Edge finding himself in the opposing corner. Got whipped in pretty hard. And now the Young Bucks. Frequent tags. What are we going to see here? Oh! Buckle bomb into a boot, and Nick Jackson comes into this contest. Nick going for the pin on Edge. But Edge powers out at one. Edge going to need to make a tag sooner rather than later here. Oh,
the reversal.
Gets a shot in. Oh, there's a wheel kick by Edge. Edge goes up to the top. This is rare that we see this from the Rated R Superstar. Begging Nick to get up. He comes off. Big diving clothesline. Can he set him up for a tag team move, perhaps? Nick Jackson, probably the freshest man in the contest. Into the corner. There we go. Tag now between Edge and Christian. Christian with the axe handle on the arm. Not as elaborate in their tag team moves, but equally as effective, these two. See the experience, the age difference between these two teams. Christian now goes to the outside. Up to the top. Oh, went for a big elbow.
Out of the way.
Nick rolled out of the way. Nick Jackson picking his spots. Nick with a flurry of fists and kicks. Slingshot leg drop to the back of Christian's head. And Nick now. Is he going to look to deliver one of them? Super kick to Christian. Nick goes into the cover now. But Christian again kicks out at one. Christian counters. Reversal of the Irish whip. He's got Nick up. No, Nick counters. Oh, dropped on his face. Nick Jackson now calls for Christian to get up again. What are we going to see in the springs of Nick Jackson?
Big drop kick.
And Nick Jackson gains control of the contest. And the Bucks tag again. Matt now in. Oh, straight into a super kick. What are we seeing from Nick Jackson here? Double underhook facebuster. Now Matt Jackson goes into the pin. And Christian again, showing his resilience here. Oh,
focusing on the head now, he is.
Straight into their head. As much damage... If they can get him groggy and deliver another one of them super kicks, this could be over. But Christian counters. Christian counters. Matt counters. Here's another super kick. Could that be it? Matt pegs him up, though. Oh, there's another one for good measure. 2 super kicks in a row. Counter 2. And Edge is there to break it up. Edge there for his brother when he needed him the most. Gutbuster to Matt. And Edge like a house of fire taking out the Young Bucks. But Matt able to get to his feet. Christian has taken 2 super kicks. Matt's up before Christian can get to his feet. Matt for another kick to the gut. Christian counters. And Christian building a head of steam. Can he? Can Christian come back into this affair now? He's begging for Matt to get up. Oh no, a miscue. Matt's got him from behind Christian. Groggy from the kicks. Matt with a suplex. Floats into the pin. Oh, Christian's feet are in the ropes though. Here comes Nick Jackson. And now once again a tag. And we're going to see it again. The buckle bomb. Into the kick. Nick Jackson now the legal man. And Nick's calling for it one more time. And there's a big super kick.
Busted open.
And Christian's busted open. And Edge. Oh no!
Oh.
Christian's in the ropes. Edge. Edge is on the top rope. Can he look to break up the pin? No, he falls just short. Christian stays alive. Nick looking to go after Edge now. Edge trying to interfere in the contest. Oh, cradle dropping Edge on his injured neck. Nick now going to have to try and take advantage while Edge is down. Edge falls into the pin off the elbow. Oh, and Christian just stays alive. They're wearing him down, though. They've cut off the ring. Edge is in there, though. Christian drops him. Could we see it here from Christian? Oh, we've got Nick. Reverse DDT. Oh, went for Matt. Matt smart enough to duck down. Christian went for the forearm, though. He's been knocked groggy by Matt, who gives him a big drop kick. Nick now. Nick gets him. Just gets his arm over. Ref's in position. 1, 2, and 3. Christian.
That was so close.
What a match that we just witnessed between these two teams. Christian showing great fire, great resiliency. But in the end, those super kicks caught up to him. He got greedy.
He did indeed.
Trying to take Matt down. He tried to go full 2-on-1, but it cost him. If he had just tried to follow up and go for the kill switch on Nick, would we see a different story right now? Young Bucks picking up a huge win this evening. You see it here. Look, he went for Matt. Matt with the forearm strike. Nick just about with it over there. There's a huge drop kick from Matt Jackson.
Pretty sure I saw a tooth fly out there.
Oh, it was a huge impact. And Nick just able to get the arm over. Christian had taken so much in the contest. And Matt making sure Edge wasn't there to try and get him in. Here are your winners. The PWHW Tag Team Champions. The Young Bucks. It's going to take quite a team.
It is.
To bring them down. Will the Revival be able to do it at the next pay-per-view?
They might be able to.
You think the Revival have a chance?
I think they have a chance. These boys might be getting too cocky for their age.
We'll find out on the pay-per-view, but Crysis rolls on.
And now we are going to get the new GM for Crysis. And here we go with our second match after what we just heard from Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels coming out here. Crysis point system.
Yeah, next week.
I'm interested.
It should be interesting. But more importantly, the main event tonight. A fatal 4-way. But he didn't say who's going to be in that match.
Yeah, there's just a fatal 4-way contest for the #1 contendership for the IPW World Championship.
When Baron returns.
Baron is back next week and has to defend his championship.
Right here, right now, we have one of the well, we're going to have two of the members of the Entitled. And here comes the #1 contender for that Intercontinental Championship, Rusev.
Rusev coming out here tonight, teaming with Dolph Ziggler to take on Bullet Club, Kenny Omega, and current Intercontinental Hybrid Grand Prix champion, Finn Balor. Huge announcement from Shawn Michaels. That comes into effect next week, the Crysis point system. That's going to be weighing on the mind of everyone involved. Makes these matches mean a little bit more.
It does. The point system will be interesting. I can tell you some of the point systems right now. Which will be... So, a submission victory will get you 10 points. Pinfall, 7 points. Count out victory will be 5 points. A disqualification victory is 3 points. A draw will only be 2 points. And if you lose by DQ, you lose 10 points.
So I take it points are dependent on... So I can clarify this. For this tag team match right now, if points were prominent in this match, if, let's say, Dolph Ziggler pinned Finn Balor, would the team get the points or would Dolph Ziggler get the points?
Dolph Ziggler would get the points.
Okay, so the points, even in tag team matches, just go to the individual involved in the...
Yes.
Okay, so we can clear that up. That's as of next week. As of right now, we have the cleaner, Kenny Omega, heading to the ring. And he's teaming up with Bullet Club team member, Finn Balor. Faction member.
Oh, you're wondering who the leader is.
It's not really clear.
I would have thought it would be easy.
I mean, it's not clear at the moment. I mean, Finn is the Intercontinental Champion. And, I mean, realistically, if we have to look at this, every match Kenny's been involved in so far, he hasn't exactly won.
He's only lost 1 match. 2 matches.
2 matches.
2 matches.
He's also been part of 2 matches.
Yes.
So who do you see the leader as Bullet Club?
I think there's some deeper intuition into it. I think there's someone else.
Someone else?
I reckon there's someone else.
Okay. And we'll have to see how that gets involved. Of course, Bullet Club, really close-knit over the years on the independent scene. That coming over to IPW Crysis. And here comes the man himself, the current only member of Bullet Club to hold a championship.
Really?
Other than the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks, yep.
I'm good at this.
You're good at it.
So Bullet Club hold a lot of titles at
They
the
are
moment.
holding a lot of the titles.
That could all change, of course. 2 title matches set for the pay-per-view. Finn showing off that Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Rusev, who will be challenging him at the next pay-per-view, is in this contest.
He is.
So let's see if we get a preview to that match as we get into this next tag team contest.
Rusev starting off. And Omega. Oh, quick enziguri.
Omega in control of this one. He's going up against Rusev. Rusev going to look to prove himself. Kenny counters. Rusev going to look to prove himself again in this contest. Beat Finn by submission last week.
He did.
Now Rusev got him. Oh! Arm drag. Popped the hips. Took him over. But Kenny fires back with an uppercut. Now Kenny in the corner. Oh! Rusev with a head of
Straight
steam.
into the turnbuckle.
Rusev built up a head of steam. Very agile considering his size. And now here comes Finn into this contest. Kenny gonna launch Balor into Rusev.
Oh, and these two will be facing off in 2 weeks.
At the pay-per-view, it will be for the Intercontinental Championship. Pele kick from Finn Balor, and Rusev rocked early on in this affair, but nope, counters, pops Finn over, and Rusev going to charge into the corner. Look at him running away from Finn. Looking to maybe get Ziggler into this contest. He measured Finn for a second. Measured Finn for a moment. That's cost him. As Rusev now back into Bullet Club's corner. Now frequent tags again. Kenny coming into this contest. Double team moves.
2 right here. Call these two the DM. That's what I would call them. The Dream Team.
Oh, Rusev went for something. Maybe looking to plant Omega. Finn didn't allow it with the right hand. There is Omega gaining control maybe. And Rusev fires back. Short arm clothesline. And now Rusev going to look to make a tag. Now comes Ziggler. Another member of the Entitled into this contest. Now Ziggler and Omega. Omega firing back with a kick. But Ziggler counters it now. Takes him down. Wraps that arm around. Puts him down. Omega with a shot to the back. And Ziggler now down. Ziggler's not come into this match with a lot of steam. Going to need to fire back somehow. But Enziguri by Omega. He's gaining control. Ziggler with Omega in the corner now. Big splash. And Ziggler going to look to finally build a bit of momentum if he can. Right hands. Headbutt to Omega. A chop. Gets him in the corner. Kenny fights back immediately, realizing the situation. Ziggler ending up in the opposite corner. No! Knee lift by Omega.
Got to be careful of those knees of Omega.
He delivers devastating knees. Got to watch for the V trigger. Ziggler though. Oh! Jawbreaker. He gained control of the affair. Kenny shot him into the rope. Ziggler now, second rope. What's he going to do here? Went for a forearms. Kenny rolls out the way. Bulldog by Omega. Now taking control of this. Ziggler rising to his feet. Are we going to see it from Omega? Though, went for the V-trigger. Ziggler countered though. Oh, Ziggler went for the famous powerbomb by Omega. And now, bang,
for it.
Says Kenny Omega. There's a V-trigger. Into
Go
the
for
pin.
A pin. 1, 2.
But Ziggler able to get out of the V-trigger. Now Kenny tags in Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion. Kenny
Before he does, he's gonna get a little bit more of Ziggler.
Working on his head and neck. Trapping the arm. Finn gains control. Rusev now calling for a tag from Ziggler, realizing that Ziggler's taken some punishment in this contest. Finn went for a drop kick. Misses. Rusev calls for the tag. Ziggler. Float over neck breaker. And now Ziggler going over to the corner. Tags Rusev in. Highly competitive tag team matches here on Crysis. Oh! Ziggler tried to unsight. Ziggler manages to nail Omega. Now Ziggler and Omega are going to fight on the outside. Balor with Rusev here. Now all 4 men are on the outside of the ring. Balor and Rusev. Preview of the match at the pay-per-view. Rusev into the guardrail.
Oh, tiger suplex.
Viciousness from Finn. Looking to redeem himself after what happened last week, if he can. Ziggler still battling Omega on the outside. Here comes Finn to perhaps make the save. But Ziggler counters with a knee strike to the head. And there's a drop kick. And it's all breaking down here. The referee's going to need to get control of it if he can. Finn and Rusev, the current legal men. Kenny delivering strikes to everyone that he can. Rusev back in the ring now. And he's trying to get the crowd behind the Entitled, but Finn doesn't allow it. Busts him open off a Bulldog. Now Finn, can he gain control? to the outside. Rusev. Hip toss back into the ring. And the Bulgarian Brute is going to go to the top rope.
But he's in the wrong corner.
Kenny's there. Will Kenny get involved? No! Big splash from Rusev into the pin now. And Finn just kicks out straight away. Perhaps looking to get Ziggler back into this matchup. Here they come. The Entitled going to work on Finn Balor. Double shoulder tackle. Ziggler goes into the cover. Not too sure what happened there. Referee concerned with Rusev as opposed to with Dolph. Now calling for Finn to get to his feet. Goes for a drop kick on the back.
Just about hit.
Just got him. Didn't get all of it. Ziggler might have tweaked his knee on the landing a little. He's a little delayed. Finn takes advantage. There's a kick to the face. Now Finn going to send him over into the turnbuckle. Oh, Finn setting him up. What are we going to see? Ziggler groggy. Bad on that knee. Drop kick to the corner. That set him up perfectly. What are we going to see?
We see shades of in 2 weeks.
Coup de grace. The coup de grace on Dolph Ziggler. 1, 2, and 3. Finn Balor makes a statement here this evening by pinning Entitled member Dolph Ziggler. They go 1-on-1. Balor and Rusev. There was the V-trigger attempt. Dolph came back for a famouser and he just got planted by Omega. There was the successful V-trigger shot and Finn knew. But Ziggler just able to get out of that one. It was a close 2 count. But these two proving victorious here this evening in this tag team affair.
See, any member of Bullet Club can team together. They will always be victorious together, they will.
Always looking out for one another in these affairs. And now we roll on to our main event. It's a fatal 4-way match for the #1 contendership to the IPW World Championship.
Oh, and here comes one of them.
Member of the Pure Breed. And arguably the favourite heading into this match, John Cena. Picked up a win last week in singles competition against Kevin Owens.
There was lots of interference in that match, Rob.
There was Curtis Axel heavily involved in that contest, so no definitive winner, but Cena looked very strong in that contest. So we know Cena is a member of this match. We haven't had any announced participants, so we'll see who else. I mean, Cena's always a heavy favourite regardless of what match he's in, so we'll see who else is in this contest. Well. It appears we've got one of the Good Brothers.
Carl Anderson.
Member of Bullet Club. So we got
former IWGP Intercontinental Champion.
He's indeed success all over the world. Was in Japan for a long time. Recently moved over to the States and now does a lot of shows over here in the UK. This Crysis, of course, emanating from Newcastle. Carl Anderson, the second entry into this fatal 4-way #1 contenders match. So Cena, Carl Anderson. Who else are we going to see in this affair?
And here comes Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. We talked of Owens earlier. He lost to Cena last week in a match of heavy interference. Kevin Owens, a member of the Entitled.
He is.
So we've got Bullet Club, the Pure Breed, the Entitled in this contest. Clearly the GM calling warfare this evening.
Clearly.
But, I mean, it makes it simple. So, I mean, we don't know the fourth man, but if he's not affiliated with any of these three gentlemen, there's going to be no shenanigans.
Yep.
It's just going to be all best man wins.
Every man for himself.
Exactly. That's what it needs to be. So, let's see who the fourth man is in this Fatal 4-Way match. Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Here he comes.
The Speedster. The man who bends space and time.
He does. He is that damn fast.
If you're not aware of what we're referring to, here is Aldo Sal Ramirez. He was on the first episode of Crysis, and the man moved. I mean, I can't explain it. You're going to have to go back and see it. I'll see if I can find a replay. But the man was able to bend time and space with his speed, and he is in this contest for the #1 contendership. You're more familiar with these guys around here. Does Ramirez have any affiliation?
Well, he's been very close to Nakamura recently. He's worked with him in Mexico a couple of times. But they are very good friends.
Okay. So we're not seeing any kind of relation with anyone else in this contest. So this is, as quoted, this is every man for himself.
Yes.
Trying to bring the IPW World title to their faction. What we have to bear in mind, though, is that whoever wins this match then has to have a match with Baron Von Sucker, who put Austin Aries on the shelf. We don't even know when he's going to be back. All we know is he's in no fit condition to be competing. Who knows what we're going to see in this Fatal 4-Way here this evening as John Cena went straight for Ramirez. Ramirez outsmarting him with a neckbreaker. And Anderson. And Kevin Owens. Cena looking to measure. Going for Kevin Owens, who was standing tall at that moment in time. Ramirez, though. Ramirez on the apron. Looking to go up to the top rope. And he goes straight, dives over everybody. Not too sure what Ramirez, he is a little unstable. We do know that. Ramirez, though, shot off the ropes. Carl Anderson misses a kick. Cena with a belly-to-belly on Kevin Owens. Now Cena looking to go to work, maybe, on Carl Anderson. Ramirez grabs him. So who's your money on this one? You know these guys. You know who they represent.
I'm going to put my money on Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. So you're going to
I think he may be the dark horse of this match.
I mean, Owens, of course, lost out in that match last week with Cena. Anderson now rolling out of the ring after a DDT from Cena. And Ramirez. So we're now down to Owens and Cena in the ring. Owens taking control with a backbreaker. Cena catches the foot. Dragon screw. And we're down to a one-on-one match in this scenario. Carl Anderson looking to climb on the outside. Cena building momentum. Moves Owens into the corner. Here comes Carl Anderson with a Thez press. Ramirez just evaluating the situation on the outside.
And Kevin Owens going after him.
Of course, no countouts, no disqualifications in this match. Fatal 4-Way rules. Pinfall or submission has to occur in the ring. Cena now in control of Carl Anderson in the ring. Carl catches it. Short on clothesline.
Ramirez reverses Owens.
So you say you think Owens is going to win? You know what? My money is on the good brother. I think Carl Anderson. He's proved himself in that match last week, where you had the club in action. Carl Anderson proved very competent in that match. So Carl Anderson, as Cena now rolls to the outside. We're down to 3 men in the ring. Ramirez able to dodge a drop kick from Carl Anderson. Owens with a super kick to Ramirez, and now Owens takes control of this contest. But Ramirez back in control.
Oh.
And you've got to watch him. He could be going for anything at any time, Ramirez. You never know from what way he's going to hit you. The man moves so quickly, but Anderson gaining control for a moment. Cena back into the mix with a fall-away slam attempt. No, Anderson able to counter. What are we going to see, though? Ramirez and
Oh.
Cena taking Anderson down. And that's going to knock Anderson out of the matchup. Owens whips Ramirez to the outside, but Cena right there. Got Owens up. There's a suplex to him. Cena in control of this affair for now, but Owens sweeps the leg. Ramirez pumping up the crowd on the outside.
What's Owens doing here?
Owens exposing the turnbuckle. Remember I said no disqualifications. Owens busted open for his trouble though off the Bulldog. And Carl Anderson whipping Cena to the outside. It is really every man for himself. No one's really specifically targeting anyone else. Cena though.
After each other.
Ramirez has got Owens up. Ushigoroshi to Kevin Owens. Cena going for Code Red on the outside. Ramirez off the ropes. So far, we haven't seen many of his antics so far this in this contest. Oh, Owens able to move out of the way. Cena with a huge neck breaker on the outside. Owens looking to take control over Ramirez. But here he comes. Oh, went for an attitude adjustment.
Reverse.
Owens with the strikes. Owens now fully in control, but Cena with a right hand. Carl Anderson back into the ring. Could we see it be Cena and Ramirez? Ramirez grabs Cena. There's a neck breaker. Cena now rolling to the outside. Carl Anderson, rocket kick. Now Anderson setting him up. What are we going to see from Carl Anderson? Countered by Ramirez, who has Carl Anderson up. Ushigoroshi to Carl Anderson. Ramirez into the ring. Here comes Cena and Owens. Anderson kicks out. It's about to get chaotic in that ring. All four men back in there. High knee from Ramirez. Cena. Ramirez
with a win.
Ramirez, I didn't even see what it was. I was paying attention to Cena and Owens. Cena was just beating Owens down.
Looks like he used a very high jumping knee.
Okay, well
It's very strange from a Mexican.
let's take a look at this. So there's, I mean, I don't even know what you want to call that. That's the move that broke space and time. Here's Cena and Anderson on the outside. They sort of slugged it out a bit in this contest. Anderson looked to be closing in on a victory on Ramirez here, but then he gathered the momentum, and it was this big high knee right to the jaw of Anderson. It must have just knocked him out cold.
It's very strange for him to learn that. Where did he get that move from?
So are you insinuating that he...
Maybe he got it off of Nakamura.
Nakamura, I suppose. A man known for his Kinshasa running knee. And Ramirez using it to knock out Carl Anderson. And he's picked up the victory here, but that means he's just going one-on-one with the Baron next week.
Yep. Tune in next week to see Aldo Sal Ramirez versus the IPW champion Baron Von Sucker.
That's it for next week. We'll see you next time.